Hiya everyone, I'm Snips, and this is a Stardew Valley tier list of the villagers in Stardew Valley. Some are as good as Snips, some are good humans, some are acceptable, some are sneaky, deceitful and awful, and some will feel the wrath of Snips. We will put all of the villagers into the tier list, and Snips will give their opinions on every single one of them. Let's get started. First off, we have Abigail. Snips has not had many interactions with Abigail, but she has not been awful to Snips either, so Snips will put her in acceptable. Snips does not know who this is. Who is this? I don't know. They seem sneaky. To avoid the eyes of Snips, they must be sneaky. What? Who are you? Too sneaky. Caroline. Not had many interactions with her. Snips will say she is acceptable. She would probably be good human if she would ditch the dead weight. Clint. Clint will feel the wrath of Snips in time. So many times Snips has gone to Clint's house. Snips has important work that Clint needs to perform, and Clint will not open his doors. Clint will feel the wrath of Snips for wasting Snips's time. Demetrius. Demetrius seems to know the goodness in nature. Demetrius bought the fruit bat cave to Snips's farm. Demetrius is a supporter of the Snips. Caroline would be in good humans, but like Snips said, Caroline stays married to Pierre. This is not good. She must stop this. The dwarf. The dwarf would once have gone into sneaky or wrath back when Snips thought the dwarf was stealing from the parsnip kind. But it turns out there are no parsnip kind. The dwarf was just stealing from the humans. Snips respects this. Dwarf is good as Snips. Snips does not know who this is. Sneaky. Emily was spying on Snips. Emily knew when Snips had obtained cloth for the first time. She came on Snips's farm without Snips's permission. She is sneaky, deceitful, and awful. Grandma understands nature. She can go in good humans. Snips knows that Grandma tends the garden in the middle of Stardew Valley Square. Grandma is good. This old human, Snips does not know of him, but he must have known Grandfather, and he did not warn Snips of Grandfather's deceit. Sneaky. Sneaky. This old man appears to be asleep. Snips will say he is acceptable. At least he's not harming anything if he's always asleep. Still, useless human. This person made Snips look like a fool. When Snips put delicious mushrooms in the soup, this person acted like he didn't like them. He even went so far as pretending to be sick to make Snips look like a fool. They will feel the wrath of Snips. Oh, Snips needs a new tier. Snips needs a new tier for this. There we go, new tier. Snips will make sure their soul never rests. Grandfather lied. Grandfather deceived. Grandfather did take care of Snips, did raise Snips, but he twisted Snips' mind beyond recognition. He told Snips so many contradicting stories. Snips does not know what's real anymore. He lied to Snips, he deceived Snips, he used Snips.
You will rest peacefully, Grandfather, only when Snips allows it.
Snips does not know much about this, Gunther. They just tend to do their job and stay away from Snips. Snips respects this. Gus. Gus is the same as Gunther. Haley must work with Emily. They live together. She must have known that Emily was spying on Snips. Sneaky. Harvey has saved Snips from many a debacle, brought Snips back from the brink again and again. Good human. Snips has not met this creature. They must be sneaky. But we cannot know this yet. Let's say they are acceptable. These small humans confuse Snips. Snips does not understand. What do they want? What are their goals? Why are they so small? They confuse Snips beyond all else. They must be sneaky. No one can be that happy. They must be hiding their true feelings of maliciousness towards Snips. Jodie is acceptable. Snips does not know that much about her. Kent's hairstyle alone puts him in good humans. This is very similar to Snips' hairstyle. Snips respects this. Krobus. Like the dwarf, Snips originally thought that Krobus was stealing from the parsnip kind, but it turns out he was stealing from the humans. therefore Krobus is good as Snips as well. Leah is acceptable. Snips does not know much about her, although Snips does know that she likes salads, and she lives outside of town just like Snips, away from the humans. Maybe Leah is good human. Lewis knew grandfather. Snips knows this to be a fact. Lewis talks about grandfather like they were a lovely person, like they were completely beyond fault. Lewis has been taken in by grandfather's lies, grandfather's deceit. Lewis is too stupid to see grandfather's lies. Lewis would feel the wrath of Snips. Linus lives outside of town. He's never bothered Snips in any way. He seems distant from the other humans. They don't tend to treat him with respect. Linus is as good as Snips. Snips sees a lot of himself in Linus. Marlon sells Snips many good weapons with which to perform Snips's glorious work. Marlon gave Snips his first sword. Marlon is good human. Marnie is similar to Clint in that she is never there when Snips needs her. But with Marnie it feels less malicious. I don't know why. It doesn't feel like the personal attack when Clint isn't there. I'm going to put her in sneaky, deceitful, and awful. Maru, acceptable. Morris. Snips can't think of any time when Snips has interacted with Morris. But Morris wants to destroy the community center. The community center is one with nature, but he hates Pierre. Morris is a confusing one. Very confusing indeed. Snips will put Morris in acceptable. He wants to destroy nature, but he hates Pierre. They kind of balance out. Mr. Chi. Mr. Chi is a confusing one indeed. Snips has never met them, but they seem to know of Snips. They send Snips notes. We will find them eventually and make them answer the questions that Snips has. Until then, they are sneaky, deceitful, and awful. They have not shown themselves to Snips. They expect Snips to go find them. Snips has important work to do. Pam is as good as Snips. Pam appreciates the Snips. Snips gives her Snips and she is very happy. She appreciates the finer things in life. She has never treated Snips with anything other than love and kindness. She is the one. Penny is good human through being related to Pam. Pierre has his uses. He sells seeds to Snips, but he also tries to pass Snips's work off as his own. He makes Snips pay for parsnip seeds. He makes Snips pay for his own children. He always has that sneaky, deceitful look on his face, always seeming like he's better than Snips, superior to Snips. They will feel the wrath of Snips. The only thing that keeps them from this tier is the fact that grandfather is beyond evil. Robin has done good work for Snips. Robin is good human. What? Who is this? Snips does not know, but they have cool Snips hair, so they are good human. Sandy is always open when Snips needs her, and she sells Snips the good things that make lots and lots of Snips gold. Sandy is good human. Snips does not know who this person is, but they seem acceptable. Same with this person. Willie gave Snips a fishing rod. This was very helpful to Snips. The wizard. The wizard seems to be one with nature. The wizard gave Snips that nice drink that made Snips see trees, and gave Snips the ability to communicate with the Junimos, and also made Snips very hungry for some reason. It took Snips ages to get rid of that bloodshot in Snips's eyes. Either way, the wizard was of good service to Snips. They are good humans. This tier list has made Snips realize that there are so many more good villagers than Snips first thought. Look at all these good humans and even acceptable humans, and there are 4 in the village who are as good as Snips. But there are still quite a few sneaky, deceitful, and awful people. 4 that will feel the wrath of Snips, and
one that Snips will make sure never rests.
So this was Snips's villager tier list. Snips hopes you like this video, and if you don't, you will feel the wrath of Snips. Don't want to feel the wrath of Snips. So if you didn't like the video, you should reconsider.
Snips will find you wherever you are. Snips will find you.
Also, thank you for watching the video. Yes, thank you for that. Snips has important work to do. Snips will see you in the next one. Bye bye.